Hey folks, welcome back to this crazy game of humankind that I've been playing in the Thunderdome. You may have noticed from looking at the map that it's a pretty unusual continent shape, because we have chaotic continents on, and I'll be honest with you, I'm quite enjoying it. It's a nice mix-up from like the standard continent shape, and it's made the game harder in some ways. But it is 30% land percentage, and all my opponents are expert level AI, and they have various bonuses to their military capabilities, as well as some other bonuses. So it's a fairly competitive game so far, actually. The orange player isn't that far behind me. They did pick the Aztecs, though apparently they've been vassalized by green here. I didn't notice that last time around. In the last episode, though, we managed to take Mycenae off the orange player, ended that war. We ended a war with the black player and took Thebes. We started another war with them as well, but they were vassalized the turn before we conquered Memphis. So this time around, we're probably going to be waging war against the green player here and try to take Memphis, because this is kind of in a nice corner here, right? And I think they might even have a wonder up here. No, doesn't look like it. But would be nice if we could take a wonder off someone this time around. Speaking of wonders, there are a couple wonders available, and I am thinking Angkor Watts, because I'm struggling a lot with food production across my empire. I don't have a lot of like good rivers to sustain my population. So I'm hoping I can get Angkor Wat in Byblos, where I also have Pyramid of the Sun, and then later get the the Machu Picchu, and be able to distribute some of that food across my empire. So I'm going to claim Angkor Wat. So that'll be coming up here in a second. I also have land rights, and this one is plus 10 food for me this game. I'm struggling too much with food. I did take the English, so that'll stack up a little nicely with my legacy traits here, which provides plus 7 food per number of attached territories on city or outpost. So Hattusa in particular will benefit a lot from that. Now, Hattusa is struggling with industry at the moment. I can move some people off of food, given that I've just buffed it a little bit, thanks to some other decisions that I've made. So that'll reduce the stronghold production time a bit, but I am thinking about... That's not a great one. The recommendation seems to benefit like influence and faith a lot, but I'm really looking for raw production. So I'm thinking I'm going to get one of these first before I finish some other things. There's a plus 15 there, that's pretty good. Just because I do want some more industry in here. I'm going to take that harbor out. That's not a high priority for me. So let's finish that aqueduct just to buff our stability a little bit, and then we can work on the industry stuff that we need. I also wouldn't mind the artisan workshop, but it's not amazing yet. Plus 13 industry from that will be nice. So let's get those two first, and then we can start working on quarters. Okay, so 19 there. That is on the edge, I suspect. Yeah. So this is overestimating how much I'll actually get, because several of these tiles will already be worked by the other strongholds. So I'm wondering if there's another spot that would be good, or if I'll want to move that stronghold perhaps. Actually, this area looks good for a research quarter. Like yeah, look at that. 13 science is really good. I'm going to put that in queue so I don't forget to put that there. Yeah, so that is almost certainly the best spot. So let's say we take that one. What would be like up here? That would be 13, really. That wouldn't be like that high. Yeah, so I'm thinking we do something like that. And that reduces the overlapping tiles that they'll work. Okay. And then up in Byblos, kind of same deal here. Let's just get some strongholds down. That will also be duplicative. Oh, meant to take that out. So let's take a look over here. 14. Yeah, I think 14 is pretty good. And then 12 over there looks good. And then down in Corral, we're finishing up our Maker's Quarter. I already put a stronghold in here. Maybe I can't remember if I was playing around with this game before I started. I might have been. So yeah, 31 food right there is really, really nice. And then a little bit of extra food down here would be great as well. So we'll finish that Maker's Quarter. We are going to need stability, but the strongholds will take care of that, and that'll let us get City Watch as well. And then over here, yeah, plus 30 food there is really solid, thanks to that river. plus 10 food there is not actually plus 10 food. Yeah, I mean, that's like the only place really worth building a stronghold in that territory, so maybe I move this slightly so that I don't overlap those workable tiles. I should consider attaching this territory as well here, just because I only have 2 territories right now, but that's going to tank my stability, and I don't really want that. I could maybe get animal barns. I will need city watch in here at some point, but let's finish that stuff up first. Okay, so up in Thebes as well, let's make sure we get some strongholds placed. And I'm actually kind of leaning towards getting another industry district first. Yep, those strongholds both look good though. I would also like to build Angkor Wat sooner rather than later, because that would give me the opportunity to potentially get, what's it called? Great Zimbabwe, which is a really nice one. Plus 2% money per number of unique types of resources available on your empire can be a pretty solid buff. So these guys were kicked out of the siege that I had almost won thanks to the forced vassalization. So we're just going to have to move them out. All right, and they'll just hang out. So I'll have to go to war with that player, and they are the Mongols, which can be pretty dangerous. So I will need to build up my forces and make sure that I have a good buffer against any potential aggression from them, especially since they do have medieval era tech. Also bearing in mind that Orange is one of their vassals, right? So I'll be at war with a pretty substantial chunk of the world once I decide to declare that war. So we're going to need good, strong, solid military here. And I am thinking about what else I might need. I'm going to produce these archers quickly because they will upgrade into longbows. And these guys will upgrade into pikemen. And I'd prefer to spend money upgrading them over the production that would be needed to build them straight. So all these units are just going to hang out up here. I apparently lost a unit due to attrition there, but I'm sure I could have managed that a little bit better, but I wasn't really paying that close of attention. All right, so we have a religious tenet choice. So I would normally go for give alms for the extra money, but I'm really struggling with stability, and I'm getting quite a few garrisons. So I'm going to grab protect the weak this game, and that should help me out a decent bit on my stability, especially down here in Mykonos, since it has some of the Cyclopean fortresses already. And we don't have the city watch quite yet, but we will. Whoops. Let's see. We did not choose a spot for a fortress down here. Yeah, I mean, I suppose that makes the most sense in that location. And down here, they're not really great spots. I'll deal with that a little bit later. Should think about attaching another territory to Byblos soon. And I should also maybe redistribute some of my army here. Just because I can now support 5 units per army. Alright, so I could get Bountiful. I could get Authorize. This has a chance of triggering a negative effect, and I don't really want to waste this gold, though. It doesn't seem good enough for me. So I'll chance it this game and get a little bit of extra production and see what we can do with that. And anything else that I need in queue? I am struggling quite a bit with science. I should get that library in Mykonos. Crawl. We would like to get this territory attached, but I'm struggling with faith, or not with faith, with stability at the moment. I saw that religious site and got faith in my head, but that is not exactly what I'm going for. Okay, so they can hang out there. Now they have some pretty strong armies running around, so that has me a little nervous. Definitely want to wait until we at least have war summons before we go for any war declaration. Are they placating me? Yeah, annoying. Going to demand all those. It would be maybe nice if they were the ones to declare the war. Let's make sure that these guys move up. I think I have enough units up here to rush this down pretty fast. Want to make sure that these armies up here are reinforced when I first declare the war. Those areas are the most vulnerable. I'm going to buy out that Maker's Quarter because I want to get started on these strongholds. Still in rough shape on industry here. Maybe I grab this artisan workshop first. Just going to buy that, and then I can move some folks onto industry. Okay, I can get that down to 5 turns, which still isn't great. I'm lacking in production luxuries a little bit. No, I have a couple silk. I have some ebony. It's not that bad. I do feel like this is taking a long time to produce. Part of that is just because of the number of territories that I have attached and number of districts that I already have is quite high for this point in the game, so it is scaling up in a way that is making it more difficult for me to build those districts at the moment. Okay, we have 1 turn until we have war summons. We can upgrade some of these units. Probably should have held on to a little bit more gold rather than gold purchasing, just so I can do those unit upgrades right away. But let's start doing that. Well, I meant to upgrade those archers. Those are higher value. And we're definitely going to make that attack there. And let's start on feudalism, maybe? Would be nice to have the peasants for when we come under attack. We'll also want to get heavy infantry. Colony model is potentially useful. I could turn this into a city. I'm going to get that harbor there. Losing food. Let's move. Okay, I can move 1 onto food without destroying that stronghold production time. Keep moving those guys. Okay, so archers can be upgraded. Okay, orange declared war on me for some reason. I thought they were vassals, though. Okay. This could be a little challenging. I do have a couple immortals here, so they should do pretty well. I'm fine with these citizens being here. They're in a fortress, and I'm fine with sacrificing them. I'll just lose 1 population on the city. I would like my immortals to actually be my front line here, and then my archers can kind of sit behind and hopefully flank away at their crossbow, because that's the highest priority unit to kill for me. I need to make sure that crossbow dies. Everything else I can handle by just sitting put and letting them attack into me. This feels like a very unusual war declaration, though. I'm not sure why they did that. I'm also not sure how they managed to break away from their master, I guess you could call it. Not quite enough to upgrade. Next one. Okay, finally resolved whatever issue that was, preventing me from taking my turn. I'm going to make that attack because I'm getting a rear attack right now. Like I said, I don't really care if that particular unit dies. That was kind of a sacrificial lamb. And otherwise, I'm just going to stay put, because citizens have the home guard, which gives them some... not home guard. Oh no, I thought they used to get some benefits from being behind city walls, but I guess they don't get that anymore. Let's see. Don't want them attacking my archers. I'm fine with attacking the prowlers because they're relatively low combat strength. And these guys are going to stay put because we want the combat benefits from being in the city. Wish they would stop attacking my archers, though. I don't really have a good spot to move these units. Maybe if I do something like that. Okay, there we go. I'm going to retreat that guy as well. I think I'm going to bring... oh, they have to go out of the city to get there. Let's Let's go there now. Okay. Think I'm good there. Yeah, there's disease, so minus 20 food. Should be fine. I'm getting these strongholds up. Would also be nice to connect these just in case they siege Mycenae. In fact, I think I'm going to prioritize doing that because I'm worried about an army showing up. I'm going to grab that plus 10 war support, so that'll help me out a little bit. Let's see if they actually bring in any reinforcements here. They do. Including a crossbow. Okay. So I'm going to upgrade some archers here. Yeah, that's a lot more threatening all of a sudden. What's the best place to enter combat here? There looks like the best one, but it's going to be trouble getting over some of these rivers. Let's grab the Immortals first, because we want to get them in there if we can. Okay, nice. Can get the Swordsman up there. These citizens. They will definitely die if we don't move them. Not worried about the Knights, because they can't attack into the city. They haven't broken the walls. So let's rotate some of these. I don't know if I'll actually be able to get to that tile if I move here. I'm taking a risk. Okay, I can. All right, so let's bring this one in first. Put them there. And bring this one in because I should have enough range. Yeah, they killed my archers, unfortunately. I'm worried they're going to plink these archers as well, but I needed to do some damage here. I have to accept that I'm going to take some casualties on this particular fight. I'm going to take that attack on the Knights because they're very vulnerable to my Immortals right there, and I will need to kill them eventually. Man, did they just bring in even more units? Wild. Where are they bringing these units from? Alright, I need to reprioritize. I can't get to those crossbows. Oh. Okay, I need to... What is, like, zone of... Is it Shodelai somewhere? Oh man, those Shodelai are killing my ability to defend at the moment. Okay, I'm going to bring my longbows into the fort there. I'm going to retreat those guys because I don't want them to die because I need that fire support. Maybe I can get these into a decent position up in this direction. They shouldn't be able to see them at the moment. I need those prowlers to go down. Yeah, I'm gonna... Come on, man. There's currently no threat on this side, so I'm going to move these Immortals back in. Unfortunately, they're going to be able to get into the city here. Yeah, see, here's the problem with like moving units like this, is they always seem to know where your units are. Like, they shouldn't have line of sight of those archers from where they were, and yet they did anyway. Okay. Probably need to kill those guys. Those guys are coming in the city. I'd really like to be able to eliminate those pikemen, but I'm not sure I can. I'm worried about bringing these guys out and making them susceptible to crossbows, but I do really need to kill those crossbows. I think I'm going to do that. I don't really care about the citizens, but I do need to get those knights off the field. I wish they wouldn't block me like that. Okay. Suppose I could have been bringing these guys over. I don't know if it's worth it at this point. I think I just need to maintain them for when they come this way, just in case they attack me again. I should be able to take the city back, but it is very annoying to lose this while I'm in the process of, like, first getting my units. I'm actually shocked that they still have this many units, considering they were just vassalized. Like, did they just bring in even more? This is wild. See if we can kill these crossbows. Do I have a... Yeah, let's do that. There's no way I'm moving these guys down there fast enough. I should probably upgrade these archers. And up in Byblos, so working on that stronghold. I think maybe finish that stronghold. And then get some units in queue here. It's going to have to be pikeman longbow, I think. Tusa. We're probably doing the same thing, except putting them first. Okay. Oh, I did not end the round. Okay, so these crossbows are doing pretty limited damage to me since I'm in the appropriate district here, the garrison, but they will whittle me down eventually. Just want to make sure I have the maximum possible combat strength on these. They're pretty averse to actually attacking into the city at the moment. Yeah, these guys will get killed by the knights as soon as they leave, so I think I'm just going to try to preserve them for now and just try to buy some time for the rest of my army to actually get over there. And okay, that'll be complete soon. So right now this city is like disconnected because this got turned into a ruin, I think. So I want that to be completed. Actually going to kill my unit? Not quite. Okay. Oh, nice. Alright, so I don't have to make that trade anymore. So they will definitely kill my longbow, but it did a pretty good job of holding me out. I'm going to grab Imperialist here. It does reduce my influence output a bit, but since I was the Hittites in the first era, it doesn't make that big of a difference because the Hittites don't have any emblematic quarter, right? So I'm not getting as much benefit from that as I normally would. Oh, that's an easy win there. And they're even gonna take the fight. That's interesting. Okay, so that should give me plenty of war support, enough to sustain losing this battle. Suppose I maybe could have tried to back that archer up and then shoot, but I would lose the combat strength bonuses that I have from the garrison. I'm gonna move these guys back and hope they can't see me. Okay, so they moved the crossbow into a very vulnerable position here to try to get shots at me, which means I can move these guys up and make melee attacks on these crossbows. Okay, so still holding on there. I need to deal with this army here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is automatic battle on? No, 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 no. I don't think so. I am not going to put up with that. I have no idea how I turned on automatic battle there. You should never, ever, ever use automatic battle. Okay. Alright, now I'm happy with that. I don't know what happened there that automatic battle got turned on. So let's move these guys. Alright, no, let's actually come this way, because this guy is going to the zone of control my units. Really annoying that they all seem to be kind of ganging up on me, really. I guess that guy's a vassal, so that makes some amount of sense. Okay, I feel like we could probably reorient to a little bit of military production in here as well. I think I'll just do the kind of standard. I'm only doing 4 because I don't have the production to sustain much more than that at the moment. That's the best position to hold from, unfortunately. These other ones are low ground, so these immortals are just going to have to hold there as best as they can. They're probably dead before the end of this combat, before the end of this round, but they're buying me time. Don't want to make that attack, because that buys me another turn before they take that city. Okay. Let's just take a look at the damage here. That's not so bad. I can definitely manage that. We are going to take crawl back. Could you not zone of control my units? That's so annoying. I don't want to fight them. Let's upgrade those immortals. Should still be able to attack them before they can pillage that. And there's so many military units running around this game. I'm also, like, I feel like I'm either farther behind on tech than I usually am, or the AI is farther ahead. I'm not really sure. Okay, let's go those 2 longbows. Alright, so I can actually use these guys to kind of target the purple player here, and I think I'm going to do just that. White peace with the Aztecs. I don't think so. I'm happy to continue this war, because I think they have probably underestimated my ability to wage it. Also, could get another treaty here. Let's get profit sharing. That'll help my money a bit. I am increasing my maintenance costs quite a bit at the moment. Alright. No, I am not giving you a white piece. You have done this to yourself. Yeah, I think I could manage this attack next turn. Huh? Are they not at war with me? Oh, they're vassals of orange. Okay. Or not of orange, of green, rather. I misread that before. I was not going to build that there. Charcoal kiln, not particularly useful. 14 food is not amazing, but it's something. Do need more science as well. Let's get the library here. I'm going to move these guys off food. want to prioritize something like that because I do want to get more tech. Oh my god. Yeah, losing that city was really painful. Maybe pick up theology for manuscript atelier because I do need to get more science going here. And Hattusa is going to end up being my main city for that, but it's also kind of low on production. So this is why I am not a big fan of the Hittites. I feel like it makes the your like later game a lot harder than it actually needs to be because you don't have any real economic benefits. Yeah, I don't regret playing the Hittites, but this is definitely more challenging than it would be had I chosen a different culture. Okay, so they're not hanging out anywhere particularly dangerous. We just go like that. Target those crossbows. While that's going on, pull that new army down here. Probably make that attack since they're running around in my territory. We'll need to make those demands. Okay, let's kill the Jaguar Warriors. Those are the most threatening units, and we have the high ground here, so you can just make that attack really easily. And we'll wait for them to come to me. Just want to take advantage of these longbows since they are very powerful units in this era. Okay. So we can take Corral back, hopefully. Let's do that. Alright, Crawl is back in my control since they didn't leave anything occupying it. And I don't really remember what was in queue. I definitely had a stronghold in here. Maybe finish that first. It's not great. Oh, 27 industry would be crazy. Unfortunately, that's replacing the Satrap's Palace, so not ideal. Maybe 13 right there. There's 18. I lose a little bit of food, but that gets me to some nice production over on the side there, so I think I'm willing to make that trade-off. Actually, I can just spawn these guys on the normal spawn for now. Yeah, man. You know what? Just won't leave me alone. Okay, have another army here as well. Let's bring them up. And 14 there. Let's get that Maker's Quarter first. I really need more production in some of these cities. Yeah, like, these guys are obsessed with attacking me for some reason. I'm fine with renouncing that claim. I don't need to deal with the blue player at the moment. Okay, if we could take, like, Axum or Yolkos off them, that would be great. Knossos is a lower priority city, but I am better positioned to attack that particular city, so maybe I go for it anyway. I could also use the agrarian culture feature here, so Mycenae would, like, attract quite a bit. I'd actually be pretty happy with that, because it's not going to attract from any cities that are mine. This would gain 7 pop here. Have the slots for it there. I feel like this has... Yeah, I mean, it would make no sense to not try to get the most population, right? I'm actually going to do that. I don't do that a lot. Should probably get animal barns. I also don't have the barracks. Let's grab that in there, and I think I actually still need to build the barracks in all of my cities. I guess I got it in here already, so that's okay. Thebes, I'm not really using for that at the moment. Still need more industry in here. It's kind of bad. There's 13, 16. Yeah, we want that 16. Could also maybe attach that territory down there. I do want to attach more territories to both of these cities, and it would stop this like pillaging nonsense that's going on. So I think I'm going to do that. That's actually a decent stronghold on that territory, and we'll get some decent use out of flood irrigation by doing that. I'm going to do the same thing here, just attach there. 14 food there is not bad. And the City Watch will be quite good for me this game, as will just the general garrison stability benefits. You can pump that up pretty high later in the game. So I could go up to the next era if I wanted to. Still have quite a few stars to go. Whoop. I'm like scrolling and losing my star information. So yeah, haven't gotten any of the merchant stars yet, which makes sense because my money output is kind of tanked due to the upkeep on units. Military stars almost there. Agrarian stars I should be able to get as well. I'm thinking about attaching this. It's going to do damage to my stability, but I think it's worthwhile. Yeah, I have the Great Obelisk in this territory actually, which will be pretty good for me. That'll help my money a lot. And yeah, some food there would be really nice. I'm primarily placing these strongholds to provide food benefits rather than to provide any type of defensive benefit. I just need the food more. I'm also thinking about grabbing a quick unit up here, just getting a scout rider so I can get some of these outlying territories and see if they have any useful resources. Okay, so end the turn. And need to deal with purple here again. Finally kill these guys, hopefully. Yeah. I suppose that guy is kind of on, not high ground, but equal grounds to me. There we go. How's this war looking? Okay. Actually going pretty well. That is a decently strong army there. Fanatical might be interesting. I've already produced the units that I need, and this gives me some extra influence, which should be nice. Should also think about building Angkor Wat. Yeah, let's do that. Let's finish that stronghold. Thebes, let's spy out the artificial reservoirs, you can help. Spy that stronghold, you can help. And you can help. I'm a little behind where I'd prefer to be on my capital. It's not a weak city, but I would say it's a below average city. So I need to continue focusing production there on some other things. Okay, purple, you need to get out of my way. And we can hopefully head down that way. We should probably get these armies all together. I don't want to risk fighting these guys. Like, these Jaguar warriors are pretty dangerous, and that player has a ton of movement, which makes it pretty hard to defend archers. Like, it actually doesn't tell me what their movement is. Okay, yeah, they have 4 base, but they also have the +2 from Aztecs, and they have +2 from Pathfinder, so they have 8 total movements on their land-based armies, which is insane. Very difficult to deal with. Okay. So I think I actually keep those guys here. And they have another army there. Can I yeah, I don't think I can quite reach them. That is unfortunate. They are going to attack me, though. Oh, they're attacking me from behind? That's actually really annoying, this deployment zone. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the things that will deploy, I think, will be all of these and then 2 archers. I don't think I actually... Like, all my archers will be super vulnerable to those knights, so I don't want to take that fight. And they have more units up there. Oh my god. Yeah, these guys are going crazy on the units. Should be fine, whatever happens. Let's get up here. Maybe move there. I'm just going to come down there into the city. I don't need to attack them with my melee units. Okay. Alright, so I want to be hanging out in this area here, because I need to move some of these units. Man, I don't really know. I think I moved these guys down here, and I moved these guys back here. Okay. I need to bring reinforcements over there. Of course, I need to keep units here, because I have 1 million units there. Now, thankfully, because this is finally benefiting me, that this is capturing my city, because I can move these units into an area that's very far away in order to bring them in as reinforcements. So we're going to have the archers back by the fortress and in the pass here. I prefer to consolidate around that area, but my deployment zone is not going to allow that for the time being. So as soon as this turn is over, I'm going to start pulling all my units back through this pass and just try to funnel them through those tiles. I will probably lose a couple units trying to do this, but the alternative here is quite a bit worse. And unfortunately, several of my armies are like just outside of reinforcement range. These units could theoretically, but they're lower tier units, and they're going to be very vulnerable at the start of combat because I'm coming in behind them. So let's just put those guys to sleep for now. Let's move you forward. Okay. Let's move these longbows. Actually, I need to move these guys out first because they're going to get zone of controlled. I won't be able to move all of them. So these guys definitely die if I don't move them. Let's get them out. Then I think I can get that guy, yeah, back to either of those positions. Oh, my flag is there. That is a problem. So something like... why can't I move him? Oh, because I have a unit there already. Oh, I couldn't see him because his health bar was so low, and like his movement was grayed out. That's fine. I think they'll be fine for another round. Need to kill those crossbows. We also need to bring in our reinforcements here. Oh, can I actually shoot someone? Yeah, they can. Wild. Crossbow range is, or not crossbow, the longbow range is pretty crazy. Okay, I would like to see what's the result of that attack would be, please. It's not going to tell me. Okay. Great. That's not what I wanted to see. I might just need to call those pikemen a loss and put all my units in the city. I think those knights out there are a little too dangerous for me at the moment. they shoot? They can. These guys can as well. Maybe, no, not enough to get the knights. Actually, I should maybe move these guys right here. Then they don't have high ground right there. And they can't flank me in this position. I guess they can move a unit there and still get flanking, but they can only get flanking from 1 unit rather than 2 units. Okay, so I'll have to focus fire on units that are on this flag here. This turned into a much larger battle than I had anticipated. Okay, yeah, like I thought, lost those pikemen. That's okay. I wish I had sent the swordsman first, in retrospect. Thankfully, I could do that. And these guys are dead anyway, so I'm going to move them there. And I'm actually going to take that attack on the knights. I suppose I didn't quite need to recapture my flag yet. I was thinking we're 1 turn ahead of where we actually are. Or 1 round ahead. I like to swap positions on some of these, just so the archers aren't going to be the ones taking any melee attacks. Okay. This actually looks okay. Definitely hit those crossbows. I'm not worried about the outcome of this yet. The fact that I have a city here is hugely impactful for me. Okay, I will have to move some units up here in order to scout that crossbow that's positioned itself on the high ground. Okay, so they're concentrating, force concentration around the flag here, which is fine. Makes this a little bit easier for me up here. Pikemen are going to be a lot safer. I'm going to do that. Yeah, okay, we'll just take that attack. So I could potentially get some longbow shots down here. So we need to clear the Jaguar warriors first. And we need to start bringing in additional melee units that can bolster the front line here. So we need to grab the flag. And that's what I thought. Okay. Start moving all these longbows. I keep calling them crossbows. I'm so used to crossbows being my units in this era. Okay, so those swords are definitely dead at the start of the next round, but that is fine. They are lower tier unit, not as expensive as the pikes. And in a battle this size with equal technology, it's going to be very difficult to not lose units. Okay, so I'm actually going to back up again. I'm going to move a unit there, and I'm just going to actually, I'm reconsidering that because I want access to the flag, right? Do you have another pike? Yeah, we're going to need them. No, not quite far enough. Okay. Then I still have a shot right here. I don't need to recover the flag quite yet. I have until the end of these rounds of combat. Going to lose a lot of units in that combat, so I'll need to be able to replace them. Everyone's working on Angkor Wat at the moment, so we'll queue some things up for them in a moment here. Okay, so the spy, easy to take out. Let's get them into a non-vulnerable position. Thankfully, this Cyclopean fortress is giving me a pretty nice benefit to holding this position. Let's move that guy there. I'm worried about another spy showing up and killing that swordsman. Overall, pretty good trade, I would say. Like, this is pretty cost-effective trading on my part. Like, obviously it doesn't feel good to lose units ever. But like, considering what I've lost compared to what they've lost, this has been a very good battle for me. Okay. They have prowlers left. I'm gonna move those guys there, move those guys there. I'm gonna pull these guys back just so they don't get killed by the prowlers. And as far as tech, maybe go for alchemy for the plus 10% science. It's going to be invaluable this game. I would also like to make that into a city, perhaps, and grab that spot there, but it's not really feasible for me at the moment. Suppose that might be worth placing. I'll put that in queue, but if I don't finish that stronghold, it's not the end of the world. I'm hoping they don't bring any more reinforcements in here so that I can end this combat this turn. Okay, they are bringing reinforcements. Let's pull these units back. Okay. I wasn't sure how that was going to resolve, because usually it would instantly end the combat in that situation, but not this time around. Let's see. 5 and 8 there is fine. We'll grab the Mercury there. That'll help our science output a little bit. Okay. Crawl, how are you looking? It would be nice to get more industry, but I think I'm going to need more of these units. Actually, we should go for, we should try to build 5 at a time. A little bit more cost efficient that way. Okay, also claim a new wonder. I will take a look at what's available here. A little worried about Corral. I am going to move one of my armies over that way, just in case they decide they want to attack there. I could go for a siege here. Might be viable. I do have a lot of longbows, and I'd prefer to do this before they get any more units out. Does that capture Mycenae at all? No. But if I could disable this city here, that would be tremendously beneficial for me. They don't have any reinforcements. These are peasants, but I have the longbows. I think I'll be fine. Actually, I can put some longbows up there where they will benefit from the fort. See, I should put that guy there because they'll have high ground. Okay, so I can kill one peasant a turn, basically. Unfortunately, these swordsmen are pretty fragile. Let's move them back. The pikemen will fare a lot better here. So this will at least prevent them from like really easily attacking some of my units from this side of the war, I guess, from the side of the map. Yeah, I was curious if they would bring those units back. Okay. Not interested yet. I want to get at least something off of them before I accept a surrender. Ideally, that city. I would have preferred to get more, but it's going to be pretty challenging to do so. And this is the weird shapes of cities this game is actually making it quite challenging because it's hard to get adjacency from things. 25 industry there will be nice. Though my stability has tanked here. Should get the city watch in here. That'll give you a lot once that other stronghold is finished. Okay. Let's finish this. Where can I... Okay, they have another peasant somewhere apparently. Thought that was the last one, but no problem. Okay, so there's Gnosis. You can finally get a city. Yeah, this is a crazy game, actually. Nope, not interested. Thank you, though. Grab the city watch in here, too. I'm going to buy that for the stability. Actually going to get the city watch here as well. Stoneworks I'm going to get first, because that's actually way more production than I thought it was. War weariness. Okay. It's like my stability is tanking right now. So I think I'm going to try to... I'm just going to take Gnosis and then grab some of the outlying territories that will give me some of the luxuries that I need. So let's force the surrender here. So we definitely want that. I'm also thinking like the lead and mercury and silk would be really nice. So I'd really like to grab these two territories here. But, you know, at the kind of at the same time, taking some of their existing territories that have been developed and are feeding their empire would also be pretty beneficial. But I do think right now I need this kind of temporary boost. So let's grab those. And here I will almost certainly just be absorbing this city into Mycenae. So we're just going to build that stronghold for now. I should probably think about declaring war on purple here. They're going to be an easier target, though they are the subjects of green. Now, green looks like they're at war. Yeah, they are. So this might be a good time to refocus towards black again, because they are a vassal. So if I went to war with green right now, they'd be fighting against multiple people, which would make my life a little bit easier. So I think that is something to consider here. How am I doing on my Aerostars? Got a ways to go on science still. Same with Builder Stars. Okay. So I think we can bring those guys back. We have a new civic. You can get +1 influence into industry on garrison. I'm actually going to take that. I don't normally take that civic, but I think we have enough garrisons this game to be worth it. I'm going to keep those guys as a kind of garrison force in this area. Okay, we'll want stability. And then I do really need to get my science up and running. Well, this is good terrain for Maker's Quarters. Hard to say no to 26 industry at the cost of 5 food, though. I do need to get industry up pretty much everywhere. I could also claim a wonder. I forgot about that. Notre Dame is available, which would be an interesting combination if I could get Notre Dame and Angkor Wat and Machu Picchu. Todaiji could also help a little bit. The extra industry per state religion follower would be a nice little buff here. That might be worth it, actually, over Notre Dame. Because this one at least has like other benefits than just pure faith output. I'm going to grab that. Still put it in Byblos, I think. just because Byblos will be the target for Machu Picchu, should I manage to grab that in the next era. Try to find a good spot for it. 13 industry right there is not bad. But the extra faith is also something to consider. That's 12 faith there. 19 there is not bad. Let's see. Is there anywhere that's a river I'd want to put it on? Like maybe right there. I think that would make sense potentially. Though I don't get adjacency with Angkor Wat because that is also a wonder. So maybe like right here. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's get the city watch first. We'll finish that up and then we can start working on Todaiji. I'd really just like to get at least one city to a competence industry output, which is why I decided to prioritize that particular wonder over getting Notre Dame, which would potentially help me more later, but I need help right now. It's also like, this is really annoying, but I'm kind of limited in my options to deal with it at the moment. This is worthwhile to buy. Yeah, I don't have ships to use there. I could get Seafaring Mastery and go after them. Haven't gotten sailing yet, which is fine. That's not that important of a tech. Yeah, we just have to kind of let it be for now. Let's keep moving my forces up this way. And we're a little over an hour already, so I might have to think about just cutting this in the middle of the medieval here, considering where the game is currently at. And Orange is still just pumping out units. I don't think I can enter that water without losing health there. So everyone's still available for the next era, but Orange and Green are both able to take their next culture soon. Just like looking ahead, it might be worth it to take the Joseon to catch up on science. A Maasai could also be good, and not something that I've played a lot just because of the reduced population consumption. But realistically, I think like the Ottomans, the Poles could be really nice, the Spanish, all would be good options for me. I'm not really doing any poaching, and I'm not in a position to do it in the near future, so that's not great. The Haudenosaunee could also combine really well with the English, given that I'm exploiting a lot of different food tiles, so that is a possible consideration. Maori, also interesting, like the Pa here, like deals with the food instability, just like the English. Thicker than water gives me stability during warfare, reduced unit upkeep, and the extra combat strength for ongoing war, all good. It's just that the Wakatawa is not particularly relevant for this game. I guess maybe in some like niche scenarios, say if I'm like crossing the water in this area or down here, but right now it's not super relevant. But not quite ready to take that leap up into the next era yet. It's almost there, but it's, you know, we've got a few techs to research still and really need to get our tech output up. I've been struggling with that so far. So we'll try to buoy that in the next episode. So appreciate you all tuning in, and I'll see you next time.